Another story we're following closely for you. The first witness takes the stand today in the double murder trial of Alex Murdaugh.
The former South Carolina lawyer is accused of killing his wife and son to distract from financial crimes that were about to come to light.
The prosecution called Sergeant Daniel Green of the Colleton County Sheriff's Office to the stand. He was one of the first officers who arrived on the scene back in June of 2021. He described what he found and what it was like speaking with the Murdaugh family for the first time.
His immediate reaction was to start telling me about an incident that had happened with his son with a boating accident.
With the boating accident?
Yes, sir.
Had you asked him anything about that?
I did not.
Did you ever see any tears in your interactions with Mr. Murdaugh?
He did not appear to be crying. He was upset, but I did not see any visible tears.
CBS News national correspondent Nikki Battiste joins us from outside the courthouse in Wattleboro, South Carolina. Nikki, the first witness to take the stand in the trial was a first responder. Tell us about the prosecution's strategy here, and what are we expecting this witness to bring to light? It does sound like it was very important that emphasis was on the boat and those other financial crimes that you've reported on that maybe all tied into a potential motive.
I think without a doubt, the prosecution wanted the jury to see Alex Murdaugh's behavior in those moments after they arrived. He says he had just found the body of his wife and son. I want to explain why the boating accident comment is critical. That was one of the very first comments he made to Sergeant Green. In 2019, Paul Murdaugh, his son, who was lying there dead, was driving a boat under the influence of alcohol. It crashed and a young woman, Mallory Beach, died. He was ultimately charged in that incident. There was supposed to be a hearing 3 days after the murders of Maggie and Paul regarding that hearing, during which financial statements of Alex Murdaugh's were expected to be revealed. And that's important because the prosecution's motive, what we expect they'll present as a motive, is that Alex Murdaugh wanted to hide his financial statements because he had been stealing money for decades from clients. We now know that, and that he was trying to buy time. The other interesting comment that we heard today in court is that Alex was pretty quick to give an alibi. He said, a couple minutes after the first responder arrived, I was visiting my sick mother. I came back. They weren't answering their phones. I came down here. I found them dead. I went to get a shotgun. I came back. And he did have his shotgun on him when they arrived. That is not the murder weapon. And then lastly, the prosecution repeatedly asked the sergeant, did you see him crying? Did you see Alex Murdaugh crying? And he never once saw him crying. He said he was visibly upset at points, anxious at times, but he never shed a tear. Lana and Errol?
Nikki, everything you've just laid out is so almost surreal to know that this man is being alleged to have possibly committed these crimes to cover up financial crimes, which were stemming from a previous case. Talk to us more about what happened during opening statements and Murdaugh's demeanor, considering that everything is on the line for him.
Yeah, it was interesting to see opening statements yesterday. I think, again, everyone wanted to see how Alex Murdaugh would behave for the first time in front of a jury. He remained pretty calm and confident. He looked just like one of the lawyers, very much involved in the case. The entire hour of opening statements, except for one moment, when the prosecution was describing the violent murders of his wife and son, he did wipe away tears with a tissue. Other than that, he wasn't emotional. The only time he truly cried was before court actually started, when his son, Buster, his surviving son, walked into the courtroom. That was the first time he was in the courtroom. And that was an emotional moment for him. Alex and Lana?
So we know, Nikki, that that this is also complicated by the fact that the Murdaugh family has such influence there in that community. Yeah. How has the community been responding to the trial up until this point?
It's interesting. When you say they have influence, it's hard to explain the amount of power and influence this family has. When I first started covering this case in 2021, no one would talk to us, even off camera, informally, because they either knew the Murdaughs or feared the Murdaughs. They were petrified of this family and the power. Now it's interesting. I've spoken with about 5 to 10 locals since I've been here, and every single one of them say they believe Alex Murdaugh is guilty, and every single one of them wants this to all go away and for life to return to normal here.
Wow, that's pretty incredible. Nikki, thank you very much, dealing with the elements out there as well in South Carolina.